Black respect black women or else.
Excuse my hair, I just stuck my finger inside of an electrical outlet and it's stuck like this forever. What you just saw in the beginning of this video was Empath Chan. Empath Chan is somebody on Twitter that actively posts reactionary and revolutionarily ignorant content that is very centered in racism. She will be known as the aesthetic love of what a gamer guy wants. They want a girl that wants them for everything they are: smelly, disgusting, nasty, and racist. During the Xbox 360 era of Call of Duty Black Ops, I was encountered by many people during voice chat being outstandingly racist. And if you don't know about the racist era of Xbox 360 Black Ops Nuketown, then you don't know the true era of Xbox gaming history. This happened on PlayStation when voice chat was enabled, and this became the staple of what I felt as though video gaming culture to be in turn racist. But video gamers all around the world have loved women with big voluptuous assets. They like the big bump, they like the big breast, they like everything about it. They just enjoy the smooth body. And Empath Chan is indefinitely that, because she sells content that is adjacent to what they want to see. They want to see her in her birthday suit. So they love this woman because she, in turn, does racist caricatures of everything. Very racially insensitive and messed up. Why is this important? This is important because this is not a one-off instance. Now, if you don't know about Doja Cat's racist history upon being in alt-right chat rooms, I'm blessed that you don't know about Doja Cat doing that. But that is a real thing that happened. She's very anti-SJW in that aspect. She would show feet in these chats. She would go crazy. She dated somebody who had just a shirt that showed a symbol of Germany's darkest part of history. These people are what's known as performative e-girls. E-girls that rock the alt aesthetic, but they are absolutely just horrible people on the inside. Despite on the outside, they don't present that way. And you can see this with people such as Brittany Venti as well. Brittany Venti as well, who, if you see in this image, is, without a doubt, doing blackface. But you may give her a pass because she's black. Nope, I'm not going to give you a pass. That's still blackface. That is still indefinitely a racist caricature of a black person. That's exactly what blackface is. You're just doing blackface. Don't even know why you thought you'd get away with it just because you're black. I'm not letting you slide. That's not happening. That's not how the real world works. You are actively doing a racist caricature. I'm black. How can I be racist if I'm black? You can be racist. You are actively being racist. That is definite racism. Without a shadow of a doubt, that is exactly what you're doing. And it is disgusting, and I hate every second of it. Now, if you look in the photo, you look at the image, you can see in the background, you can see One Piece and things of that variety, anime aesthetic. You can see that. And they have co-opted this aesthetic to push a narrative of what they are. Now, I believe it was, back in January 2023, where it got leaked that there was this big racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic e-girl group chat where a bunch of e-girls were making fun of a bunch of other e-girls for doing things. They're trying to bring back fat shaming and fat phobia and all this other stuff. And this was a wild time because people were saying, how could they do this? They don't give off that aesthetic. Now, this is where I gotta say that people have got to stop judging a book by its cover, because by all means, you cannot judge how someone looks and guess how they are on the inside. People look at me and assume that naturally, I'm homeless. So obviously, I have a house. Plot twist, boom, caught you slipping. You didn't even know that. I'm bending over slightly forward so I don't stand up completely straight because I have sciatic nerve damage. That's what's going on there. It's horrible to stand right now. Give me a second. When I say racist and performative, I'm not talking about old-fashioned cross-burning hatred with the KKK. That's right. I'm not talking about the triple katana style. No, that at least had the courage of its own conviction. At the bare minimum, I gotta respect a racist that knows he's racist and at least is admitting, hey, I'm racist. What about it? This is something new, and in many ways, a bit more insidious. It's a postmodern, liquefied, just bigotry that is learned to wear irony as a biohazard suit. It's a poison that doesn't want to be identified as a poison. It wants to be admired for color. Because you'll see these people, these women, dressing up in this cutesy girl, kawaii, woo-woo aesthetic, and then being just wildly racist. Now, I have small examples of this. I would say Shoe on Head, this very popular YouTuber, isn't specifically super racist, but very anti-left and very just racially insensitive. Not saying that Shoe on Head is racist. Don't put those words in my mouth. I just want to say they're very racially insensitive. And there are many other content creators that do that. But the specimen is the e-girl. Probably don't know what an e-girl is. It's the soft boy, the content creator who wears this getup of wearing Lolita fashion in some variety, or wearing the eyeliner and loving anime and playing video games. Maybe has 2,000 hours on Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. Maybe they're always in Discord, but they are saying just the most defamatory and messed up things, saying the N-word is a joke because they don't want to be bogged down. Always has a boyfriend that's the opposite of their aesthetic, but the same as their inner personality. So where you see these emo girls, these e-girls in some capacity. E-girl doesn't mean emo, by the way, but you see these e-girls, these online persona people, be with these guys who are right-wing, gun-toting, super pro, just completely messed up. You'll see that often a lot of the time because their insides match, but their outsides are completely different. It's the content creator who treats racial trauma as a vintage jacket they found at a thrift store. Something to be worn for effect without any understanding of its history, its weight, or the bloodstains it might carry. They are not ideologues. They are aesthetics of outrage. Their goal is to promote a ethno state of some sort. It's not even that, actually. It's not even that. It's just to promote their own engagement metrics. They don't have any thought process behind it. They just trying to get a reaction out of people, because it's better to be outrageous and get a reaction than to fade into the existence of nothing. Because every e-girl matches the cutesy girl aesthetic and that. But what if the e-girl was edgy? Oh, she set the norm. She'd be different. She'd be different enough to be what is called a e-girl pick-me. These are the pick-me's of the society. They are the pick-me's of the e-girl, basically the alt aesthetic. They're hijacking the aesthetic to be that. It's just to get more engagement. They have discovered that in the attention economy, a racial slur, when delivered with a coy smirk and a dreamy filter, generates more clicks than a well-argued point or a genuinely creative act. They are arsonists who specialize in gaslighting, setting a fire, and then scolding you for feeling the heat. This is the ultimate perversion of irony. Irony was once a tool for the powerless to critique the powerful. Now, it has been co-opted by the terminally online as a shield for the powerful to mock the powerless. That's what's happening. The formula is simple. You say the quiet part out loud. Okay. I'm gonna say something racist. Something super racist. But do it with a lisp and a kitten ear filter. The defense is always, oh, it's a joke. You don't get the bit. It's a bit. It's a bit. Obviously, it's a bit satire. But satire punches up. This only ever punches down. It's the equivalent of kicking a homeless person and calling it a commentary on urban decay. It's disgusting. The performance isn't for the marginalized, it's for the gallery of their peers, a secret handshake with an audience that confuses transgression for depth. It doesn't do anything. It is just to get people to have eyes on you. It is inflammatory, it's disgusting, and it's strange. The audience of these people is always against women. They are never for women, and they never take the defense of the women when they get called out for their racist bigotry, ever. It's a generation of young men marinating in a digital brine of alienation and resentment. It's nasty. They are looking for a movement, something of that variety. They are looking for permission to feel superior, permission to express their own unexamined bigotry without the social costs. And here comes this girl. Oh, she's pretty, cute, seemingly unattainable, and not just giving them permission, but packaging their darkest impulse as a shared, subversive joke. She becomes the cool girlfriend they never had, the one who tells them their racism isn't racism, it's just dark humor. She validates their toxicity by making it fashionable. It is symbolic in the way that it is disgusting. It's spiritual decay. The platforms that they are pushed on are the perfect petri dish for this. The Twitter, its disgusting algorithm, is the perfect sociopath. It has no capacity for moral judgment, only for correlation. It sees that controversy drives engagement, that outrage sustains watch time, and that the line between hate speech and edgy content is basically a technicality. It has no interest in reinforcing that line at all. So it promotes it, it amplifies the signal, it rewards the behavior. The creator learns the lesson: to be good is to be ignored, and to be cruel, well, at least people will see you if you're cruel. Then comes the inevitable, the ritualistic, the utterly hollow apology video. Most of these e-girl performative racist people do an apology video lest they go too deep into it and then lose the audience in itself, and then tries to actually have people on their eye. They've already garnered the people's eyes in the audience, and now they can do this performative action of change. It's stupid. It's a genre onto itself, the apology video, with its own tropes, the somber, filter-free face, the shaky voice, the claim of a learning journey. I'm learning. I'm learning something new. I'm learning. I'm learning. And it's a performative, stupid, disgusting, nuance-less form of accountability. It's designed to evade actual accountability because it's not an apology. It's what I would call a brand management strategy, very PR trained. And the audience trained in this cycle either accepts it as sufficient penance or uses it as further evidence of a witch hunt, thus deepening their loyalty. The cycle reinforces itself with its own garbage. Underneath the glitter and glitchcore aesthetics is this pathetic emptiness, and they classify this as some rebellion. Rebellion requires a cause, a belief, a risk. This is conformity disguised as non-conformity, is the safest form of danger imaginable. It is weak. They are not challenging power structures. They are reinforcing them by proving that the pain of minorities is still the cheapest form of entertainment available. Because it is. It's easy to do. Making fun of black people. Look at that fried chicken, melon munching, spirit chucking, gooble gop. Look at him go. Boom. 100 yards out. Crazy. He knows how to play with balls. He's amazing. So he is homosexual as well. He loves playing with balls. That's why most black men are in football. And most black men play basketball because they love playing with balls. And they're all homosexuals. And I'm the superior white guy. Hooray. Good for me. They've simply updated the packaging for a burning cross to a TikTok duet. That's all they've done. That's all they've done. The root of this sickness is a catastrophic failure of imagination, compounded by a system that monetizes this moral vacancy. These creators are not evil geniuses. They are often deeply uncreative people who have found a loophole that in a world saturated with content, the easiest way to stand out is not to be brilliant. No, not at all. It's to be terrible and to frame that terribleness as a complex intellectual stance. So we are left with this cultural, what's the one I'm looking for? Necrosis. That's a fun word. A cultural necrosis, bigotry as a lifestyle brand, hatred as an aesthetic choice, and human dignity as the punchline to a joke that nobody is laughing at, but everyone is forced to hear on a loop. They are not the architects of a new fascism. No, they are the clowns performing in this lobby, too absorbed by their own reflection in the camera lens to notice the walls are closing in. And the tragedy that they'll be the first devoured by the very monster they're playing with, because no one's going to come to their safety or saving when this all fails inevitably. So a lot of you probably don't know what an e-girl actually is. I've put a few images in the thumbnail and a few on screen, not right now. Actually, I'll put some right now. Boom, few on screen right now to show you what an e-girl is, just the aesthetic of how it operates. The ooh-woo girls, they watch anime, may play a few video games, use a specific kind of makeup. They were supposed to be a revolution in itself. It wasn't just a fashion trend. It was a reclamation of digital space by young women who were tired of being told to either be able to have intercourse with them or invisible. You either look good or you're invisible. That's it. It was dyed hair as a flag of nonconformity. Oversized sweaters as armor against the male gaze. A soft, deliberate voice as refusal to perform the shrill, argumentative stereotype the internet expected of them. It was a sanctuary built in the hostile territory of the web. That was the e-girl aesthetic. A declaration that femininity could be both alternative and safe. It was a fortress of pastels and piercings, and its walls were made of vulnerability. This was the beauty of the e-girl aesthetic. And now, watch as the siege rose in. Not from the outside, but within. The new invaders aren't these misogynistic trolls or people that are disgusting. They're girls in the same uniform, waving the same flag but carrying a different payload. They have taken the language of softness, the baby voices, the plushies, the heart-shaped blush, and they have weaponized it. They have discovered that the aesthetic's inherent non-threat is the perfect delivery system for a toxin. By wrapping bigotry in the visual language of harmlessness, they perform a kind of perpetual sabotage. The brain struggles to compute this dissonance, the cute girl and the hateful words. And in a moment of confusion, the bigotry slips past the guard of crucial thought disguised as a subversive joke. This is disgusting. The collateral damage is catastrophic. Every girl who genuinely lives in this aesthetic now has to wear a scarlet question mark. Her choker is no longer just a choker, it's a potential dog whistle. Her soft-spoken tone is no longer just her voice, it's a potential prelude to a slur delivered with a giggle. She is forced to become a walking disclaimer, constantly preemptively assuring the world, don't worry, I'm not one of the performative racists. The aesthetic which was meant to free her from performance has now trapped her in a more exhausting one, the performance of innocence. This is a textbook strategy of patriarchal co-option. The same process that's turned the riot girl movement, the radical feminism of the riot girls, into a marketable girl power slogan. It identifies a source of female power in community, and it finds a way to hollow it out, turn it back on itself. Disgusting. Those edgy e-girls are not pioneers. They are pawns in a much older game. They believe they are rebuilding something amazing. No. They believe they are rebelling against sensitivity. No. Not at all. You're not doing that. They are enforcing the oldest rule, that women must never be in solidarity with one another, that their subcultures must always be fragile, and that their expression must ultimately serve the entertainment of men. Disgusting. Look at the audience of this performance. It is overwhelmingly male. They are not there for the fashion or the music. They are there for the spectacle of a woman voluntarily dismantling her own tribe's sanctuary. They cheer not for her, but for the destruction she causes. She becomes the cool girl, who proves that women can be one of the guys, who validates their own latent bigotry by making it cute and consumable. In her, they see proof that female solidarity is a myth, that every woman has a price, and the price is often just a few thousand followers. That's what it is. And what's of the genuine community? It fractures, it turns inwards. It turns its energy on purity tests and gatekeeping instead of creation and support. The very vulnerability the aesthetic was built on becomes a liability. To be soft is to be suspect. To be open is to be vulnerable to infiltration. The sanctuary becomes a fortress under constant threat, and the walls grow higher, isolating its inhabitants from the very world they sought to connect with. The ultimate tragedy, the worst part, is the corruption of a potential language of resistance. The e-girl aesthetic was supposed to be a powerful tool to challenge norms by presenting a femininity that is both strong and soft, both alternative and accessible. But now that potential has been short-circuited. It has been successfully framed by its most worst actors as a haven for shallow, attention-seeking cruelty. The aesthetic is now associated with a lack of seriousness. It's disgusting. I hate it. We are left with the ruins of a refuge. The dyed-haired is soon going to not signal creativity, but potential complicity. It's going to ruin everything. This moral bankruptcy is disgusting, and I hate every second of it. I don't like it. I wish to stop this rise of the performative racist e-girl. Well, that's all I got for the video, realistically. So now I've discovered that another person made a video with this title. I didn't know about this, but 3 people have informed me that there is another person making this. I'm going to put their stuff on screen right here. They made the video 2 days before me. Didn't even know about this. I thought about this in June of 2025. I wrote down my video thoughts and just have a bunch of videos cataloged. I have videos scheduled all the way up until April 2026 for at least 1 video a day. So I make videos a lot ahead of time. So I didn't know that another person made a video about this, or at least was planning to talk about this in some capacity. I just made the video because it's been on my mind for a hot minute. So yeah, and just wanted to give them credit, at least reading with Aristide. I don't watch any of your videos reading. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say you're a great creator in that capacity, but you had the idea first. I don't know anything about your content because I don't watch you. I'm not going to lie to you, realistically. So yeah, just wanted to give credit where credit is due, that they at least posted the video first before I even had the idea coming in fruition. So if anybody wants to say I'm stealing ideas or anything of that variety, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, to be quite real with you. I just make videos mostly about crap I read on Twitter for the most part. Honestly, I'm much more toxic than what you might think. But outside of that, if you guys want to help with my back pain, I don't know if you notice, you see how I'm standing? See that stance? I'm leaning forward because my lower back cannot handle the weight of me standing all the way upwards because I have severe nerve damage. I have nerve damage simply because I was in 2 car crashes. If you want help with that, I have a GoFundMe that is in the top comment. I put this at the end so I don't want to bog you down by saying go donate to me. But if you have money, if you want to support me in any capacity, I'm trying to get nerve graft and stuff of that variety done, so that'd be cool. Thank you. Bye. Bisexual Jesus. Huh?
I'm your nigga night, be my lover. Happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. I love the ride when you're free.